Howdy, folks.
Hi friends, welcome back. We are going to today talk about some of the renovations that we're going to be doing to our house soon. We have the contractor coming at the end of this week to finalize everything. Hopefully they can get started super quickly, but we're just going to talk about some of the things we're doing and why.
We have these big windows that are facing our backyard. We are actually changing those and putting in some French doors. They're going to be automatic so I can get out of the house when I want or an emergency.
I'll show in the video, but our sliding glass doors are pretty big. So we're going to have French doors and then they're going to have windows around that we'll be able to open because we don't have a lot of windows that we can open in our living room area.
And in the bedroom, we are actually putting in more French doors. It also will be automatic, so I can get on the patio. Oh, we're getting a home generator. So when we have a power outage, it automatically comes on because I have some multiple medical equipment that requires power. So when the power goes out, it kind of sucks. So we're getting that home generator.
When the power goes out, his bed stops working, so it's an absolute must have. The other thing is from the bedroom, they're going to extend the patio out to outside the bedroom, and then they're going to create a sidewalk that goes all the way around to the front of the house. That way, if there's an emergency, say for instance a fire and he's in the bedroom and it's not safe to try to come out of the bedroom and go into the living room or the front door or garage or whatever, there's an exit for him where he can get around to the front of the house and not be stuck in the backyard with the chickens. That's the plan. That's the project that's coming up soon, hopefully sooner than later, since the weather is really nice right now. But I will take you around outside and show you everything that's going to be done.
So we would like you to like and subscribe. That would be awesome. So you can get notified when we have new videos.
All right, so these are the, back up a little. These are the sliding glass doors that we were talking about. We're getting replaced. These doors here are so heavy, and when we open them up and use the screens, the dogs tend to push against them and pop them out. So it's not very convenient for just opening the doors and letting in some fresh air when we have it. So here we are. We're going to get these replaced, and the French doors that are going to be put in will have windows around them. And then they are going to extend the patio from this window here, and they're going to extend the patio all the way over to our existing patio. And they'll also put a wide sidewalk that goes around this way, out those gates into the front driveway. So that's going to be awesome to have for Chris so that he has some extra safety precautions in place in case of emergencies. Say that I just run to the store or something real quick and something happens, he's going to be able to get out and open doors and get out in case of emergency. Hi, girls. That's Meadow. So this is the door to our bedroom. They are also going to expand. The door is between this opening, at the end of this opening. So what they're going to have to do is take some of my pantry space so they can expand, make this door larger. So I'm going to have to take everything out of the pantry and put it somewhere else in order for them to have room to work and not get everything dirty. You can tell the places where Chris's wheelchair has hit the sides, but this right here is our dog. So I guess it's a good thing that we are getting this door replaced. And this is the pantry. At the end of it all, I think it took me about a little over an hour to get this all emptied. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, just the parts where I'm taking things out and showing you a little bit about what we have going on in here. I started off with the appliances that I have and realized that I do have a lot of appliances, but I do use them frequently, so I guess it's okay to have them all. I use that griddle quite a bit, and of course the crock pot. And the Instapot I use a lot for beans, for rice, things like that. And then this is my water bath canner, or if I need to cook some large things. And my roaster, which comes in really handy for Thanksgiving, making stocks, broths, things like that. So I do use them all, even though it seems like I do have a whole lot of appliances. These two items here are attachments for the KitchenAid. One is an ice cream maker that I have not had a chance to use yet, but I really do want to. The other is a pasta shape maker, which I've used, and it got kind of all sticky in there, so maybe I need to figure out how to make the dough a little better where it doesn't get all stuck. And then those things carry all of my other KitchenAid appliances, or excuse me, attachments and whatnot. And here's our cat Melissa that thinks she needs to check everything out. And I have a little handy step stool in here because I'm short and can't reach things on the top shelf. So what are your go-to appliances that you use in your kitchen? I feel like I do have a whole lot of them, but I do use them, so I'm not sure if everybody has a lot of appliances like that or just your 2 or 3 go-to items. Plastic bin up here that I'm about to show you is what I put in muffins and cookies and things like that I make and just leave out on the counter. I do have a lot of different containers and such that I leave in here for, just filling up for different things, and an MRE that we got from the not Air Force Base, the Joint Reserve Base in Fort Worth. This spiralizer, I know I'm going to end up donating that. I don't really use it. And then, of course, my food processor here, I use quite a bit. And then I have 2 waffle makers. I'm probably going to donate the Belgian waffle one. I don't really use it as much as I use the other one that makes like Eggo size waffles that I freeze. And that mandolin I don't use as much either, so I probably will donate that one as well. And these are fire starters that have come in really handy for our grill. And I keep our all-purpose flour in this 5-gallon drum 5-gallon bucket, and also brown rice, and then I just fill up smaller containers as I use them. And that's my hard white wheat from Azure Standard is where I buy those from. I also have to keep a fan in here because it gets hot. There's no air conditioning vent in here, so I had to keep a fan in here to keep it cooled in there. These are the medicines I keep current and refills, so I know which bottles I'm using, which ones are refills, and I can easily see when I need to reorder some. And then just random over-the-counter medicines that I keep in there as well. And then these cereal boxes are actually for treats that I make from different recipes that I found online, and probably from YouTube videos as well. Of course, we do have our junk foods in here that we use, and we eat out probably more than we should. However, I've been trying to replace things with good, clean ingredients. So you'll see a lot of things that I buy from local farmers, local vendors, and And then from things like Azure Standard, where they buy from local farms and produce things on local farms and whatnot. All that being said, it's not perfect, and perfect is definitely not the goal, just better. Things can be better. I don't think we'd ever be perfect at it, as probably nobody ever would be. That is the goal, just to do better each time that I make a purchase. That was actually cowboy candy that I made from our homegrown jalapenos last year. I'm not into spicy things, but Chris is, so I put that on things for him. One of those was a bag of freeze-dried cranberries, which I get from Azure Standard, and they are so good. Yeah, I'd probably just eat the whole bag in one sitting if I could. What are kinds of things that you keep in your pantry that are your must-haves? I do keep that organic vegetable stock on hand just for convenience. And then this Rouse, I hope I'm saying that right, Rouse marinara sauce is really great. You can read all of the ingredients without wondering what the heck is in there. So I do love that. I love that. There's a bunch of beans and whatnot that I have. They are all dried beans. And this is tomato powder. I saw it on a video, I can't remember whose channel it was, about tomato powder. And so I bought it from Azure Standard, and I love it. You can make a quick tomato paste without having a can that's open. This tomato powder is super convenient for making a tomato paste or a tomato sauce. And this roundabout, I keep all of the sweet kinds of things: honey, molasses, maple syrup, agave, all that kind of thing. I make the brown sugar by using the sugar that I buy also from Azure Standard, and the molasses, and make it myself, and then I have that little teddy bear thing inside to keep it moist. And all of these baking goods I also bought from Azure Standard, and you'll see a lot of them that I'll have the sticker from the bag on it so that I know which ones I keep in there. And then also the milk powder, I keep the instructions on the back as well so that I remember easily how much powder to water ratio that it is. And I've also been getting a lot of pastas from Azure Standard as well. I've made some, but it's not as easy and quick for me to do, and so I like to get some that are just ready to go. There's the rolled oats for making milk, We're not big into granola here, so rolled oats tend to be more just for the milk. But I will make like granola bars every once in a while, but they're not our go-to. The little thing there is a keeps the like chocolate or whatever you have melty, and kind of a fun little gadget to have. Then here I'm finally getting down to my last shelf of all the mostly liquids, vinegars, sauces, and all that kind of stuff. I saw a recipe for making your own Worcestershire sauce and all of the ingredients that goes into it, and thought, oh my goodness, there's no way. So I guess I will just always be buying bottles of Worcestershire sauce. You can kind of tell in my face that I'm kind of getting tired and ready for this project to be done. And finally, just a little sweep to get it a little more clean in there. I figure they're going to be making a huge mess and dust is going to be flying, so I will give it a good deep clean once it's all finished and not worry about it right now. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today as we talk about the renovations that are coming up and getting that pantry cleaned out so that it's ready to go when they are ready to get started. And this is Pumpkin. He was ready for his nap, and probably I should be too. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.